Wondering what life is really like on Canada's wild and crazy West Coast? This podcast is all about the people, the places, and Vancouver Island Time. Together, we'll explore this island paradise, a combination of ocean, city, and country living. We'll meet the fabulous locals such as the Fudge Fairy and the Chicken Lady, who have chosen Victoria and Vancouver Island as their home. And we'll learn what makes this place unique and special to those who live here. And now, your host of Vancouver Island Time, Jane Johnston.
Hi, everybody. It's Jane Johnston with the Briar Hill Group at Remax Camosun and host of Vancouver Island Time. And today we have Wendy Williams. We're going to be focusing on the Maplewood area, which is just east of Quadra, south of Mackenzie. It's a very up-and-coming area, and she's been living here a long time. And so tell me a bit about the area. What made you, I know you recently moved from one part of this area to another. What made you stay in the area?
Well, it's a great area for young families with kids. Mine are grown up now, but there's parks in the area, rec center, golf course, lots of good schools. Being more familiar recently with the high school of Reynolds, which is just a few blocks away. They have a great music program. They have a band that marches in the parade once a year, and they also have the soccer program there that my daughter went in.
Do you ever hear the band from here?
Yes, when they're practicing for their marching first thing in the morning when you get in your car to go to work or whatever, you can hear the sound wafting over from the school.
Where I grew up in Toronto, there was a school that did marching band, so I'd walk by them every day. It was kind of cool, don't you think?
Oh yeah, definitely. Yeah, I like music.
So were your kids in the music program itself?
Yes, one of them was. Yeah, the one that was in the soccer program actually as well.
Okay. So those are called magnet schools. So you can apply to be in their program if you're from out of catchment. What about other high schools in the area?
The other high school, a little bit further.
Mount Doug?
Mount Doug, yeah. My oldest went there. They have a pretty good sports program there.
They have a program for gifted kids, I think.
Oh, right, okay.
Yeah, and actually they have a great rowing program. My daughter wants to go there, but because we live so far away, I'm like, there's no way I'm going to drive you across the city.
Yes, that's a good point.
So what do you find? So I'm seeing like you live on a lovely street. This is a cul-de-sac. We'll show you a video of the area. So there's Gary Oaks along the street, which tells me it's very old. They're protected species. But what do you find about who are your neighbors and what are they like?
Neighbors are great. We get together at least once a year for a barbecue. It has to do with the Block Watch program and all that. So we're quite a cohesive group in that way. They're just a bunch of fun, and we all look out for each other. Cool.
And what about in terms of where you grocery shop around here? So there's Thrifties at Quadra and Mackenzie. Anywhere else?
There's also another Thrifties over at Cloverdale and Quadra. So between the two of them, and then the one at Mackenzie also has the London Drugs and a liquor store and dollar store, Starbucks and all that kind of thing. So
what about the walkability score around here? How easy is it to get around from here?
Walkability, yeah, like I walk quite a bit over to the London Drugs, Thrifties to pick up when I need to get smaller things. And I quite often will, every once in a while, walk down to Mayfair Mall if I want to do a little bit of shopping, because sometimes the parking there is not great.
Do you find around here, is the demographics changing? Are there more houses with kids, with students? Because I know we're on pretty direct route to both schools and the university. Are you finding you're getting lots of people who are, buying investment houses with kids, or are you finding it single family around here?
I think it's mainly single family, yeah.
Okay, and I noticed some houses have suites. You can tell because they've finished the garage and put in doors and stuff like that.
Yeah, lots of those around. Yeah.
Okay, and then so what do you do for fun in this area?
Well, every once in a while we like to just walk over to the Keg, which is about a block and a half away. So it's a great place to go for an impromptu dinner. Or a little bit further away is Bin 4 or Lot 1 Pasta places, which are also both really good. Biking trails, there's we're pretty close to the connector on the Lochside Trail and Galloping Goose Trail, so that's great for riding your bikes or going for a walk or rollerblading. Or
So in our videos, we talk a lot about Lochside Trail and the Galloping Goose Trail. So why don't you explain to people, like, what's the length of these trails? I don't know. I'm sure you don't know the exact length, but where do they go from where to where, and why are people using them?
Well, it's a great way to keep off the main roads, especially if you're riding your bike. I don't like to ride on main roads. So the Lochside Trail, you hop on it down at Borden and Mackenzie, and it can take you out, I believe, as far as Sydney, if not the ferry. And Galloping Goose will take you out into the western communities. I haven't ventured too far out on that one yet, but...
Yeah, so right from downtown to Souk. So if you're interested, and they're also fairly flat. So I know the Galloping Goose used to be an old railway line, so they built that along the flattest part of the western communities. Have you ridden the Lochside Trail up?
Not all the way out to Sydney, no. I think I've gone as far as Maddox Farm, which is near Cordova Bay.
Yeah, so you can get great ice cream there. They have a good tea place too.
Yeah. Play mini golf too.
So what about shopping around this area, like other than food shopping?
We're fairly close to two malls, Mayfair Mall and Hillside Mall. Mayfair is going through a major renovation right now, so it's not as fun to go to right now, but the other one's still good.
Yeah, they seem more they're bigger and developing with more parking, but also I think they're going to be bringing in bigger box stores, eh?
Quite possibly, yeah. I don't know the whole plan, but yeah.
And Hillside has a Sears and Thrifties as well. As Thrifties is a theme throughout the city, people are very loyal to it. Do you find?
Yes, I think so. Yeah.
Do you ever go to the Root Cellar on Mackenzie?
Yes, every once in a while. Yeah.
And since we're in close proximity to the university, so it's just along Mackenzie, and Mackenzie turns into St. Clair just past Gordon Head. Do you find like kids in this area or adults, do you do any of the programs there, continuing ed, or do you ever go to there's concerts and stuff?
I've been to a couple of plays up at UVic. Concerts, yeah, a couple. And lately it's been a few convocations up there that we've attended, so that's always fun.
You must be very proud.
Yes.
Are your kids planning to stay here?
As far as, well, my oldest is on the mainland, but my two younger ones are still here, and as far as I know, they're planning on hanging around.
So did you grow up in Victoria?
Pretty much. Wasn't born here, but I've lived here since I was 10.
So I chose to come here, so there's no way I'm leaving. And my kids are influenced so much when we go back to Toronto that they might want to move there, but I'm sure they'll love it. What's the best thing you love about living in Victoria?
Just that it's still quite small. Anytime I go over to Vancouver or down to the States to some of the bigger cities, it's always nice to come home and just have everything within 20 minutes to half an hour tops, as long as there's not too much road construction, which there is this time of year.
Right. So it's like 3/4 of the year, nothing, and then road construction in the summer. What about in terms of the arts or entertainment do you do here?
Went to the Bryan Adams concert a little while ago. It's the only thing that comes to mind at the moment.
I saw The Price is Right.
Oh, cool. Oh, that would have been fun.
We bought the T-shirts.
Yeah, great.
Actually, it was kind of cool. Everybody got into it. It was a full stadium. And we've had some pretty big players here, hey, at the stadium. The arena, Rogers Arena.
Yes. Save on Foods Memorial Arena.
So I'm trying to think who's been there recently. I saw Elton John there.
Cool.
So what do you do for health and fitness in the city?
Well, recently I did a cycling challenge to help raise funds for kids with cancer. That was a new thing for me. I hadn't ridden my bike for a few years, and somebody posted the link about this challenge, and I thought, hey, I should get out my bike. So I did a test run, and it's like, okay, I signed up. So it was a month-long cycle when you could thing and raise funds for a great cause. So I do that, and like to hike a little bit, like Mount Doug. If you want an easier stroll, Mount Tommy's a good one. And
There are cougars on Mount Tommy sometimes.
oh, really? Oh, haven't come across any yet.
So what's cool though about Victoria is that it's quite hilly, right? But the two big hills that are in this area are Mount Tommy and Mount Doug. Have you been up there taking any pictures or seen? Sometimes there are people up there whale watching from with using binoculars or whatever. So I'm here. They like to sight for them. But so do you ever go up there just to check it out, see what the city looks like?
Actually, we were up on Mount Tommy last night. Perfect timing. The sun was just starting to go down, so it was really pretty.
Yeah, I love it because you don't really know where you're going to be, and you can get a view here. Hey,
For sure. Yeah.
favorite touristy thing to do in the city if you were to do a staycation, what would you recommend people come and do?
Whale watching is always fun. Did that a few years ago, and we saw quite a few, so we were lucky. What else? Butchart Gardens, of course.
Were they orcas or different kinds of whales?
It was orcas. Yeah.
Okay, Bouchard Gardens. Anywhere else? Top 3.
Walking along the waterfront and doing the breakwater. That's always nice. Just really pretty along there, and great in the summertime.
And you see the mountains on the other side.
Oh, yes. The Olympic mountain range is very nice.
So the whole of the waterfront from Dallas Road, which is just on the south side of the harbor, all the way around along to Oak Bay is a public park. So you can go and there are lots of people who, what's it called? Kiteboarding?
Yes, kiteboarding. Yeah.
So you could see people kiteboarding or flying kites, which is it's very relaxing. Do you you don't have dogs, I see, but do you find it kind of a pet friendly city for things like that? Lots of people are walking dogs, hey?
Yes, and there seems to be quite a few dog parks designated, so that's always nice too. Kind of keeps some of the mess in the one area.
Do you so you live near a very nice park, Playfair Park. Do you ever go and hang out there?
Yes, in the spring they have the band plays there actually on Mother's Day, and they have like rhododendron festival because usually that time of year all the rhododendrons are in bloom, and they have the blue camas, which is in a designated area that they weed it in everything, but it's more of the natural flowers, and it's just a sea of purple. It's just gorgeous. So, and one of my neighbors volunteers and does a bunch of the work up there. So yeah, I make sure I check it out, and it's beautiful.
So camas is a naturally growing plant here, and then there's a white camas, which you can't eat, but you can eat the bulb of the purple one, I believe.
Oh, I didn't know that. I don't think they'd want me to go dig some up though to find out. I might get in trouble.
So if you were to move to Victoria, would you choose this area to live in again, and why?
I would definitely choose to live here again. Yeah, it's quiet, great for families, close to a lot of things, not that far from downtown. Yeah, it's wonderful.
Cool. So you've had a little bit of an overview of the area of Maplewood. Next time we're going to talk to Wendy about her business with Send Out Cards. So it is a communications method, which we'll talk to you about why it's so effective and how you, if you're a business owner, might want to incorporate it into your own business. If you're interested in being a guest on our show, we'd love to have you. We're at VancouverIslandTime.com. We're also found on Stitcher, TuneIn, and iTunes. And you can check us out on Facebook at Vancouver Island Time. So welcome to the neighborhood of Maplewood, and we'll chat with you soon. Bye.
Vancouver Island Time is brought to you by the Briar Hill Group at RE/MAX Camosun, Victoria, where we bring local expertise and global presence to your property.
Hi, everybody. It's Jane Johnston. I'm with the Briar Hill Group at RE/MAX Camosun and host of Vancouver Island Time. And today we're here with one of our local entrepreneurs, Wendy Williams. Wendy is a member of eWomen Network, and actually we just went to an annual conference together. So, and she sells Send Out Cards. So tell us what Send Out Cards does and why anybody in business maybe would want to be involved in that.
Well, it's a relationship marketing system You can access it online or on your smartphone. So it's just great for building that relationship with your clients, customers, or patients, depending on what area you work in.
So yesterday we were at an event together and somebody mentioned, and so, I mean, I used to send out cards probably 10 years ago when it was all on my computer. I like the fact that you can do it on a phone. How do you do that?
Well, you pull up the app and you have the option of taking a photo. So this lady that was talking last night, we were at dinner together when we were down at the conference, and so she says, "So what do you do?" So I said, "Well, let me take a selfie with you." So I pulled out my phone and just took a picture, and you can import it into the system. So you can have a card with your picture on the front. You can put your personalized greeting on the inside, and you submit the order, and they print it, they stuff the envelope, they address it, they put the postage on, and they send it out in the mail for you. So we did this down in Dallas, and she was saying that she got this lovely card when she got home from the trip. So
Do they mail it from Canada for Canadians?
they have it in bulk, and so I'm not sure. I guess they ship it across the border, and then it comes through Canada Post to us, so it's got all Canadian postage on it.
So they were kind of really ahead of their time because when I did it, you know, the importing of the pictures and stuff is kind of like what you would do with maybe Facebook or whatever now. Why you send out cards over other media?
Because it's quick and easy. It's time saver for sure. You don't need to, go out, spend time looking at all these different cards. You can have campaigns that are already preset for different industries and they're coming out with adding more to it all the time. So you can have a touch campaign that you'll have cards going out to your customers for 3, 4, or 5 times a year, depending on what you want to set it at. So of course, one would be for Christmas, one would be for their birthday, and you sprinkle other ones within that, a thank you card if it's a new client. It's quick, easy, saves you time, saves you money.
Do people like getting stuff in the mail as opposed to an email?
I think so. The open rate of a greeting card is a lot higher than emails. I don't know about you, but I think I looked at my phone today and it was like 200 emails. I mean, some of them are open, but a lot of them aren't. And when you see a greeting card in the mail, you're going to open it before your bills.
That's true. And even if I know who it's from, I still open it anyway.
Yeah.
Okay, so can you show us some samples of some of the cards that you have and tell us what kind of fun can we have with these things? Because you could do whatever you want, right?
You can. And one thing that's really fun is looking online for obscure holidays, you might want to call them. So I don't know if you knew this, but July 14th was Bald is In Day. So I designed this card for my husband because he's follically challenged. So he had great fun getting this in the mail, and then that's the inside. So yeah, you can have all sorts of fun with it. If you want to encourage somebody, like in business, this one was great. Every accomplishment starts with a decision to try, although I've heard that you're supposed to take try out of your lingo, but it's a good thought. Yeah. And yeah, don't be pushed by your problems, be led by your dreams. So you can encourage somebody. I was talking before about Playfair Park and the blue camas. Well, when I went up there, I took some photos. And so I just, for fun, made a card and sent it to myself. And then it has some closer up shots, so it tells you all about the park a little bit there.
Very cool. Actually, you know what? I went on holiday and I sent my mom, after the holiday was over, I sent my mom a card that she still has 10 years later. And I look at it, I'm like, I should do that every time.
Exactly. And you can custom brand. So I put on this one that it's photos by Wendy Williams. So yeah, you can have all sorts of fun with it. And business opportunities are great. And it was my birthday a little while ago. So somebody sent me a lovely happy birthday card. So, it's all fun.
So if, let's say, somebody's daughter makes a drawing, you could upload the drawing and put it on the card.
Definitely. Yeah. Any kind of artwork. Yeah.
So what's the cost of that?
It depends. They have different levels. So a basic account is a free account, no charge for signing up. You just pay, I think it's $2.75 per card. And then if you did a group send where like Christmas time, so you're sending out a whole bunch of them, then the price is cheaper. And then there's different levels depending on how many people you might want to send out to. Yeah, so it's a good thing just to get in touch with me and I can run you through it.
How did you get involved in this?
I have a friend that she invited me on a webinar, and it was all about send out cards. And at that point, I was doing a different MLM, and I thought, oh, this would go great because I was sending out a lot of things in the mail anyways. So it's like, oh, well, that would cut some of my time down. So that's how I got started. Plus, I'm one of 6 children. And all my siblings and myself have either 3 or 4 kids. So that's a lot of nieces and nephews to keep track of. And I was disastrous at remembering people's birthday. Well, now this will send me a reminder. I think it's a good 2 weeks in advance saying, hey, celebrate with so-and-so. Their birthday's coming up next week or next, 2 weeks. And so I think I'm the cool aunt that remembers everybody's birthday now.
I'm one of 5, so I get it.
Yes.
Although we don't have 3. Everybody has 2, except for one of my sisters.
Yeah.
So do you find, do they appreciate the fact? It looks like you can upload your own handwriting too, right?
Yes, they do have a handwriting and signature font, so you can put your own style in there and a lot of other fonts to choose from as well.
And do you train people on this, or do they just figure it out?
I'm more than happy to train people on it. I usually at least run them through setting up their first card that they send out. If they decide to do some campaigns and stuff like that, I'm more than happy to help them figure it out and help them get it all figured, online and going.
Longest person you've had? Well, how long have you been doing it, and have you had clients since then, and what are their testimonials?
I've been doing this just over 2 years, and a couple weeks ago I signed up somebody that has a certain gym in town, and we were talking about send out cards, and she says, well, last month alone I sent out 70 birthday cards. And I'm going, this system is for you.
Right, because they're like $5 or $6 a piece plus all the postage and everything, so it's $175 each.
She was on one of the higher up plans, so she actually has group.
Oh, I was thinking if she went and bought them. Okay,
yeah, she bought them, for sure. But she could do she gets 100 free cards a month because of the plan that she's on. So if it's something like that where you've got lots of people that you need to send out birthday cards and things to, it's really affordable.
Huh. And what sort of clientele so you have a gym owner, what sort of clientele are you looking for? Who's your best customer?
Would be anybody that's in a business, I think, that wants to keep top of mind with their customers, and new customers that are coming in, make them feel appreciated and welcomed, and
It's a really good idea. I'm thinking. Okay. And so what are the costs of the plans?
So the basic plan is free. The next one is $17 a month, so your cards are a little bit cheaper. They also have, I didn't mention, a gift store attached. So sometimes for appreciation, I will send a really heartfelt card and a 2-pack of brownies, and these brownies are amazing.
Are they made in, they're freshly made,
They're freshly made. So the company is down in Salt Lake City. So as soon as they get these brownies, they put them into their freezer. And then, especially this time of year, if you get them in the mail and it's been out in the sun a bit, they're just so ooey gooey and amazing.
And you can also send gift cards, right?
Yes, they have a Starbucks card, Tim Hortons card now, a Visa gift card, and a few other ones.
Sounds like they're Canadianizing it too, like with the addition of the Tim Hortons.
Yes, yeah. So you have that option. It's nice.
So, what sort of compliments do you get from clients who are using it? Anybody finding it's affecting their business? Are they saying, wow, my clients are appreciating me reaching out, or things like that to you?
Yes. Yeah, response that they get back, like, nobody's ever sent me a card for coming and using their service or, shopping in their place of business. And and people don't expect it, and it's so nice for them to get something in the mail saying, oh, wow, would you rather go back to a place where somebody, you're appreciated because they've reached out to you? Yeah.
I just signed up for a coach in my real estate business, and I got three books that they recommend you read, and they were wrapped, and I got some salted caramels, and I was like, well, that's a really nice touch. I was thinking I should do that in real estate. It just never occurred to me that, somebody would appreciate that, but I mean, of course I did. So
Yeah. Oh, we have salted caramels too in our gift store.
What else do you have in there?
Oh, little ornament type things, sun catchers, like that are crystals. I've got one in my window right there. For my friend's birthday last month, they had a really nice scarf that they had. I mean, things tend to change as they are in and out of stock, but yeah, it's like accessories like that. Books, we have quite a selection of books, and yeah, gourmet treats, some seasonal, like they brought in a bunch of neat and funky things for Father's Day, like a bottle opener that looks like a fish, and fun barbecue aprons and things like that. So they've got quite a wide variety and price range.
So how does someone get involved with, so there's two ways that we can sort of look at this. One is you can bring people on if they want to become salespeople with you and part of your team. How do they do that?
Well, just contact me, and it's like $59 a year, I think, to have the become a referral partner in our company. Yeah.
So if they become a referral partner, do they have to buy stock or anything?
No stock at all.
Okay. And then how do they get in touch with you?
Well, by email or phone or online, whichever. 250-896-2610 or wendy05@telus.net.
Okay, so if you're interested in running this as part of your home business, contact Wendy. Super easy. And run time from start to finish immediate, or do you, if somebody wants to get up and going, it takes a day?
Yeah, it's pretty quick. Yeah.
So this is a great way. One of the reasons why we're doing this interview is because it is a great way to keep in touch with your clients. And they say you should be touching your clients how many times?
Up to 5 times a year. Yeah. There was actually an article on a car salesman, and he would send all of his customers 1 card a month. So, and this was before Send Out Cards was around. So he actually had to hire people to send out his cards for him. So yeah, depending on your business and however you feel, you don't want, whatever your schedule is like.
I find for me, I get in touch with people monthly, but through an e-zine, but this would be a nice alternate type of touch so that they feel like I'm paying attention to them, which I'm always thinking of them, but sometimes I don't always reach out, right?
Exactly.
All right. So if you're interested in learning more about Send Out Cards, you can contact Wendy. And once again, your contact information is?
Wendy05@telus.net.
Or they can call you at?
250-896-2610.
Great. Well, thank you so much for taking the time today to spend with us. We really appreciate it. Again, this is a business opportunity for those, especially maybe young moms who are at home and want something to do and earn an income while you're with your children, or fathers who are maybe at home as well. And also, if you want to have that added touch with your clients, contact Wendy. And if you want more information about the Maplewood area, contact me. My name's Jane Johnston. I'm host of Vancouver Island Time, and I'm with the Briar Hill Group at Remax Camosun. So have a great day, and we'll see you soon on iTunes, TuneIn, or Stitcher. Or you could check us out at VancouverIslandTime.com, or we're on Facebook at Vancouver Island Time. If you're interested in becoming a guest, we'd love to have you. So give us a call and contact us at 250-744-0775. Take care. Have a great day.
Bye.
Bye.
Welcome to the Neighbourhood. We hope you have had some insight into West Coast living. If you know of someone or someplace that should be highlighted in our podcast, we'd love to hear from you. Please go to VancouverIslandTime.com and click on our Connect button. See you next week on Vancouver Island Time with Jane Johnston.